What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the debut album from the band Blasphmagoatachrist, entitled Bastardizing The Purity. This is released on Nuclear War Now Productions. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of both Brazil and Canada, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, lustful, blasphemous hybrid of both black metal and death metal. Yeah. 2018 was the first real glimpse we got of this project in the form of their Black Metal Warfare demo. And upon listening to this demo and finding out what this band's name was, you had a really easy glimpse of what you were getting yourself set up for. Because once you see a band name like Blasphmagoatachrist, you really need to know what you're getting yourself into. You shouldn't really be acting shocked or surprised or anything like that, because this is straight up Ross Bay cult shit going on here, because everyone involved in this project, of course, it's a combination of all their names put together. Blasphemy, Goat Penis, Antichrist, all of those guys. A lot of those guys from those respective bands are in this project, and they put their respective talents to use here. And they did so in plenty of spades with the Black Metal Warfare demo. That was a fun release, and it only made me all the more excited to see and hear what they were going to work on next. And now here we are in 2020 with the very first official full-length album from Blasphmagoatachrist, entitled Bastardizing The Purity. It's 11 tracks, and it clocks in at around 28 minutes in length, and pretty much upon listening to the opening intro of 50 cal demonic chant, you already kind of get the feeling you know what you're going to be in for, just like you were with Black Metal Warfare. You know full well what you're setting yourself up for with something like this, and for what it's worth, this is a very fun debut album, very well made, and definitely has all the elements and traits you would best know from Ross Bay cult bands, including the bands that these guys are in, like Blasphemy, Goat Penis, and Antichrist. It is just a straight-up, over-the-top black death metal listening experience, and I think they do a very fine job with that here. Musically, Sebaoth and Viragus of Goat Penis do the guitar and bass work here, and they really show and highlight how good they are at what they do here. The riffs are just all over the place with this album. It's just very entertaining to listen to. You hear it upon tracks like Black Nuclear Shadow, The Final Blood Orgy, Genocide Evocation. Just some really, really sick guitar playing going on here. Very well executed, very reminiscent of the classic Black Death War sort of style going on here. I think it's really well played and well executed. The bass work on here is very good too. It definitely holds its own amongst the riffs that are being played here. Very well played, very well produced, and very well mixed. I really love the way the bass sounds on here. The drumming on here, I believe that is Incinerator from Antichrist. That's not his full name, but I'm just going to address him as Incinerator here. His drumming here is very awesome, very blast beat heavy, very natural sounding, very raw sounding. I love his stamina, I love his endurance. I know this is a very short record, but the way he goes through all these songs here is just very, very entertaining. And it's worth mentioning that this album feels like it's in 3 different parts, because on one end you have the intro track for 50 cal demonic chant, and then you have another intro called Weapons of Fire and Steel, and then you get to the last intro of this track called Apocalyptic Battlefields. I don't know if this album is supposed to be represented in 3 parts, or if they're just referring to these interludes as intros, but it's just something interesting I happen to notice about this record. But moving on to the vocals, Nocturnal Grave Desecrator and Black Winds, of course, the main guy from Blasphemy, the tattooed, glasses-wearing, gangster-looking fellow from Blasphemy is doing vocals for this band. And his vocal work here is incredibly endearing and very entertaining to listen to. especially when it comes to the more over-the-top sort of lyrics on this record. Like going back to the track The Final Blood Orgy, I've never heard the term Goatstitute before, but I'm almost certain there's going to be some people out there trying to make that a band name happen or something like that, which is fucking crazy, but really inventive wordplay going on here with these lyrics, very well executed. But going back to his vocal performance, it's the distinctive style that he's best known for. Very throaty, very whispery, very menacing, but he does a very awesome job with his vocal performance here. So overall, if you're a fan of the first demo, I definitely think you're going to enjoy this album a lot. Definitely know what you're going to get yourself into here once you get a hold of this and listen to it. Take it for what it is. It's fun, entertaining, Ross Bay cult metal. It's very awesome stuff. I honestly think that I enjoy the Black Metal Warfare demo a little bit more, but Bastardizing the Purity is entertaining in its own right, and I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more great stuff from Blasphmagoatachrist in the future. So, if I have to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say the title track, Black Nuclear Shadows, The Final Blood Orgy, Death Alchemy is another really good track, and Fire Demons of Vicula. Really awesome stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box to how you can get hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Nuclear War Now Bandcamp page, where I'm pretty sure you can listen to this album or listen to some selected tracks. Definitely figure out for yourself whether you think this is worthy of being purchased or not. It is currently available as a physical CD and cassette tape. What I have in my hands is the tape here. Very nice artwork. Band members on the back. Pro CD and booklet with lyrics and everything. There's also going to be a vinyl version in the future, so definitely keep an eye and ear out for that when that's ready to be sold. So, again, the album is Bastardizing the Purity by Blasphmagoatachrist. This is released on Nuclear War Now Productions. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a pretty solid 8.5 out of 10. Very entertaining black death from some of the best that the Ross Bay Cult has to offer. So, if you haven't heard this this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it. Or any of you guys into Blasphmagoatachrist or any of these Ross Bay Cult bands, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army Ho out.